Hi everyone, welcome to class. I'm Kate. I'm an English teacher on Verbling. Today's class is for beginner students, and it's kind of a reading and discussion class. So what we will be doing is reading a news article, talking about any new vocabulary or difficult parts of the article. And then we'll save, a good amount of time to discuss the article, practice speaking, and sharing our opinions on the article. Okay, so welcome, students. Hi, Slavic? Slavic?
Hi, teacher.
Hi, how do you pronounce your name?
Slavak, it's okay.
Slavic, okay, great. And where are you calling from?
I'm from Poland,
From Poland, cool.
Central Europe.
Okay, very nice. Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you too.
Okay, and hi, Daniel.
Hi, teacher.
How's it going?
I'm doing very well, thank you. How are you?
Good, thank you. And hi again, Ali.
Hi, teacher.
How are you doing? Are you tired?
No, it's my
Nice.
pleasure to join your class.
Oh, that's very nice.
He loves pain.
He what? He likes
He
pain?
loves pain.
He loves pain. Oh, right, Daniel, you said that you do not like learning English, right? It's difficult. You have to do it.
Yes.
Yes, okay. All right.
It's painful
It's painful. Why is it painful?
to learn in English.
I know,
For
but
my-
what's
for my
painful
brain.
about it? It's painful for your brain. Okay.
Yes.
All right. Well, hopefully it gets
I
less
think
painful.
it's endless. English is endless.
Okay. All right. Let's see. And who joined us? Hi, Dom.
Oops. Hi, Caitlin.
How are you?
I'm fine. Thanks.
Good.
And you?
Good. Thank you.
Oh,
Did you take that picture in your picture?
my picture?
Is that a picture that you took? The sunset?
Yes, but I always have that picture in my screen. And
Okay.
yes.
It's very pretty. Where is that?
Ah, thank you. And I think it's in Sardinia. My
Okay.
hometown. Yes.
Okay. Right. Okay. Very cool. It's very
Thank
nice.
you.
Okay, so welcome. I'm happy to have all of you in class. Okay, today's class is a reading and discussion class. So I think some of you have been in one of my classes like this before. Basically, what we're doing today is reading a news article in English. First we'll read it out loud, then I'll give you some time to go back and read it on your own, to ask questions about some difficult vocabulary. Hopefully you'll learn some new words and expressions this way. And then we'll save a good amount of time at the end of class for discussion. Okay, and today's news article is, so usually in the past, I've been taking things from English learning websites. But today's news article is actually from a real newspaper. So we'll see how this goes. I think it should be interesting, and it might be a little bit challenging, but hopefully you'll learn some things. It's not too long. Okay. And the topic of this article is health. So, so in the U.S., we obviously have a lot of problems with obesity, with unhealthy eating, and the government is very worried about how that will affect students, and kids growing up. So I want to ask you all this question before we read the article. Do you think schools are responsible for providing students with healthy lunches?
Could you repeat the question?
Yes. Do you think schools should be responsible for providing students with healthy lunches?
Yes, in fact, in my children's school, they can't to take his lunch things with sweet. Only dailies,
Only.
like a milk or yogurt,
Okay, dairy.
dairy, yes.
Okay.
Dairy, biscuits, sandwich, and fruit.
Okay. Okay, good.
The
So they're not
policy of
even
the school.
allowed to have sweets. Interesting. And the rest of you, what do you think?
I agree, and I think the school is the place where children spend a lot of time, and so I think one of the duty about the school is to educate also with food, with healthy food, so other things that that school has to take care is sometimes how the way where which children provide food. I don't know. Maybe there are more automatic distributor in many schools.
Vending machines, right?
Yes, yes, many machines, and there has to be important to take care about that because it's very easy that children takes I don't know unhealthy food about these machines.
Absolutely. Yeah. Good. Good. Okay. So, are there any other comments?
It's more comfortable for parents to give money for their children that made a sandwich in his house. And the danger is with money they can buy whatever.
Yeah, that's the issue, right?
Yes.
Yeah, okay, absolutely. So you want to know that your children, when you send your children off to school, they're eating well.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. All right, so
I think it's a duty of the parents too, not only the school.
Yes, I agree about
the
that.
education, I think, start at home.
Yes.
Good. Good. Okay, so I'm going to send you the link to the article we're reading today. Okay, so I just pasted this in the Verbling chat box. Can you all see that?
Yes.
Okay, so open that article. Okay, does everyone have this open?
Obama.
Yes, Michelle Obama, right? So this article is called "Keeping Schools Healthy." Okay, did anyone have problems?
Sorry.
Yes.
Sorry, I can't open the article. I don't know. Maybe. Okay. Now I can.
Oh, now you can?
Thank you.
Okay.
Yes.
All right, great. So everyone has the article open?
Yes, now it's open. Thank you.
Okay, excellent. Great. Okay, so the article is called "Keeping Schools Healthy. The White House Sets New Limits on Advertisements for Unhealthy Snacks and Drinks in Schools." Okay, and this is, it's kind of a long article, as you can see, but the language is not too difficult, because this is the the kids section of Time magazine. So it's kind of like they're reporting on the news, on the same news, but the language is not quite as complicated, so it's good for English learners. Okay, so I think what we'll do is read this out loud first. You can practice, you know, your pronunciation. I can give you feedback on anything you don't know how to pronounce well, and then I'll give you time to reread it on your own. So, okay, so we have a lot to get through today. Who would like to begin reading?
Me.
Okay, go ahead.
On Tuesday, the White House and the USA Department of Agriculture let out new limits for promoting junk food and sugary drinks in the schools. The rules ban advertisements for unhealthy foods on school grounds during the school day. The ad ban includes sugary drinks that account for more than 19% of unhealthy ads in the school. An ad for regular Coca-Cola, for example, could be banned from a scoreboard at a high school football game, but ads for Diet Coke and Dasani water, owned by the same company, could be allowed.
Good, great, thank you. Okay, can someone else continue?
I could.
Mm-hmm.
The new rules are part of the First Lady's Let's Move campaign to fight childhood obesity. Her goal is to get kids to eat healthier, like the new rule that require healthier cafeteria food. The marketing limits come after new USDA regulation that put a limit on the calorie, fat, sugar, and sodium in most schools' food items. The healthier food rules are criticized by people who think the government should not control what kids eat and by some students who don't like the healthier foods.
Good. And why don't you read the next paragraph as well? Slavik, can you continue and read the next paragraph as well?
Okay.
Thanks.
The idea here is simple. Our classrooms should be healthy places. First Lady Michelle Obama said in a statement, because when parents are working hard to teach their kids healthy habits at home, their work shouldn't be undone by unhealthy messages at school.
Great. Okay, very good. And just a note, so there's an abbreviation there in what Slavik read. USDA means the U.S. Department of Agriculture. So they're, you know, making all the regulations on food in the U.S. Okay, thank you very much. Who can continue?
I can.
Okay.
Great. Okay, well, Dom, why don't you continue, and then you'll go next, Ali.
Okay. I continue?
Yes.
Okay. Okay. Healthy message. According to the USDA, companies are spending $149 million a year on marketing to kids in school. But the big industry giants like Coca-Cola and Pepsi and Co. Are supporting the new rules. Many have already started to advertise their own healthier products. For school, junk food and ads like Coca-Cola scoreboard could be taken down over time, not replaced overnight. The next time the school needed to replace its scoreboard, it will have to get one with a healthier message.
Great.
The new standards.
No, continue.
Oh, sorry. The new standards ensure that schools remain a safe place where kids can learn and where the school environment promotes healthy choices. Agriculture Secretary Tom Vilsack said in a statement.
Great. Okay, and I'll stop you there. Thank you very
Okay.
much. And Ali, why don't you continue?
Okay. The new USDA plans announced today also aim to help feed hungry kids in need. They would allow the highest poverty schools to serve breakfast and lunch to all students for free. The White House says that will help feed about the 9 million kids in 22,000 schools. The rules will help guide schools on ways to create standards for food and physical activity. They would require parents and the community to be involved in those decisions.
Good. And why don't you read another paragraph?
Okay, good news. Obesity rates among toddlers in the US have dropped greatly over the last 10 years, according to a survey done by the Centers of Disease Control (SBS) and CDC. There has been a 43% decrease. The obesity rate for American children in the 2 to 5-year-old age group dropped from 14% in 2003 2004 to just above 8% in 2011 2012.
Great. Okay.
Okay.
Good.
Okay.
Thank you. And Daniel, would you like to finish the article?
Yes. This confirms that, at least for kids, we can turn the tide and begin to reverse the obesity epidemic, said CDC Director Tom Frieden. The exact reasons for the drop in obesity are unknown, but the CDC mentioned less sugary drinks, better nutrition, and physical education programs at day care centers as possible causes. First Lady Michelle Obama responded to CDC report saying she was thrilled at the progress we made over the last few years in obesity rates among our youngest Americans.
Okay, very good. Okay, I know it's a long article. So what do you think? Was the level of this article difficult? Or did you feel like you could understand more or less what the article was saying?
It was comfortable for me.
It was okay?
Comfortable
Yeah,
to
was
read.
okay.
Okay, good. Good.
Comfortable reading.
Yeah? Great. I'm happy to hear that. Okay, and so I'm going to give you a few minutes to go back and try to reread the article on your own. Okay, so sometimes if you're reading, you're not focusing as much on the content, right? You're trying to pronounce and read. So go back, reread on your own. I'll give you, 3 to 5 minutes, however long you need. And then we can talk about any questions you have about vocabulary. I'll ask you some questions about the article just to test comprehension. And then afterwards we can start to discuss it. So share our opinions. Okay?
Okay.
Great. Good. Okay, so are people still reading? Have you finished?
Yeah,
What's up? Finished?
Yeah.
Okay, all right. What questions do you have about this article? Vocabulary, things you didn't understand, expressions.
To lay out?
Good, yeah. To lay out. So this is a phrasal verb, right? And it's good, very good. To lay out new limits means to create new limits. So to lay out means to create or to institute. Very good questions.
Ban, B-A-N.
Banned.
Ban.
Okay, good. So to ban is a verb. The past is banned. To ban. Does anyone know what it means to ban something?
Forbid.
Yes. To forbid something. To forbid something. So what is being banned here? In this first paragraph, what do the rules ban? The new rules?
Sweet drinks.
Advertising.
Yeah, right. So advertising these unhealthy foods. Good.
Yeah.
Okay, very good. Other questions?
Could you tell us what childhood is? It's like a neighborhood?
Where is that?
Childhood.
Childhood?
Yeah.
Okay. So childhood is the period of time when you're a child.
Okay.
Good question.
Okay, I finished. Sorry, thrilled. What does it mean?
Thrilled, okay,
Yeah.
means very happy. Very happy.
Very happy. Okay.
Yes. Great question.
To come after. To come after.
To come after. Okay. Which paragraph?
I can't hear you.
Here. Okay. All right. So to come after. So in this case, it means to follow. To follow. So so here the marketing limits. So the ban on advertising follows some earlier laws that related to the nutritional content. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Great. Good. Other questions?
Toddlers. Toddlers.
Good. Yes. Okay. Toddlers.
Toddlers.
So toddlers are young children. So children between age 2 and 5, more or less.
Can't walk very well.
They can't walk very well. Exactly. They toddle. Right? Good.
Sorry, Coca-Cola scoreboard is the same meaning like a scoreboard with the play game. I don't know.
Yeah. So here, it's basically, you know how on scoreboards, if you go to a sports game, there's a scoreboard that says what each team's score is, and there are usually some advertisements on the scoreboards.
Okay.
So a Coca-Cola scoreboard would just be like a big advertisement for Coca-Cola.
Okay.
Yeah, good question.
I understand. Thank you.
Good.
Yeah, we can turn the tide.
Yes, excellent. You're hitting all of the expressions that I wanted to cover. So to turn the tide. Does anyone know what the tide is, literally?
Okay. Tide is like a wave.
Uh-huh. Kind of, yeah.
Yes, it's. I think it's the wave, the big wave.
Uh-huh. And what controls the tide?
Okay. I don't
About
know.
moons?
The moon, yeah. So the tide is the
Yes.
water level. Sometimes the water is at high tide, and sometimes the
Yes.
water is at low tide. And that's controlled by the gravitational pull from the moon, right? Okay, and so
Yes.
so if we say to turn the tide, this is an expression that means to change the course or change the direction of something.
Okay.
Okay. So here, what are they turning the tide on in this article?
Obesity.
Yeah, exactly. Right. So we're trying to make our children less fat, essentially.
Is it true?
What, the obesity thing?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Decreasing obesity
That I don't.
in the US.
It's hard to believe, right? I feel like I only hear about how the U.S. is getting more and more obese, but apparently in toddlers, it's getting a little bit better.
Yes. It's exactly good news.
Yeah. Yes.
And the last phrase, thrilled at the progress.
Good. So thrilled means very happy. So she was very happy with the progress, with the improvement. Good question. And does everyone know what the term first lady is?
Yes,
Wife
Michelle
of
Obama.
president?
Michelle
Yeah.
Obama.
So yes, Michelle Obama. Okay, great.
Yes.
Good. Okay. Other questions?
Mm, mhm.
In the article, they talk about Coca-Cola and these companies as industry giants. What exactly do you think that means?
Big companies.
Yeah. So just like really big companies, right? In one specific field. Okay, good. And that's something you'll hear a lot in the news. Okay, and why would we call? Let's see, where is this? In the last part, under good news, in the second paragraph, the quotation, they talk about the obesity epidemic. Why would we call it an epidemic? What does that mean?
An
Some people.
uncontrollable.
Yes. Sorry.
Go ahead.
No, keep going. You. It's I interrupt. Sorry.
Very polite.
Uncontrollable ill or sick.
Yeah, an uncontrollable illness, something like that.
Maybe it was getting very common and expanding in the past, maybe. That's why.
Absolutely. Yeah. Very good. Very good. And so they mention physical education programs at daycare centers. So, things that are helping to make students less obese. What is a daycare center?
Like a kid gym for kids.
It's like a school for toddlers. So it's like school, but they're very young. They're not really in school yet. So while the parents are at work, they go to a daycare center.
Like a kindergarten.
Like a kindergarten. Yeah. Very good. Okay. Good. So, let me know, are there more questions? There was a lot to talk about in this article. Okay, so I want to ask you some things just to check to make sure we all have understood. So, is this statement true or false? Students in school are no longer allowed to eat unhealthy food, even when they're at home. True or false?
Could you repeat, please?
Yes, sorry, I also wrote it in the Verbling chat box.
Okay.
students in school are no longer allowed to eat unhealthy food, even when they're at home.
True.
I think it's true.
Okay, tell me why.
Because
Because it's the sense of the program.
Okay. Does everyone agree?
I think the article not mention about that it's banned or not. It's just mention about advertisement
Mm-hmm.
in the school. They don't ban what students eat in their home, something like that. I
Yeah.
didn't see that.
Good, yeah. So basically they're trying to set some regulations for schools, but as Ali said, they don't mention anything about home. So yeah, the key in this sentence, this is false, just because of the last part, even when they're at home.
They just it just mention if parents teach their children good things about foods or about healthy foods, we shouldn't teach the students against them, something like that.
Absolutely, yeah. Very good. Okay, good. All right, some other questions. What changes, according to the article, will companies like Coca-Cola have to make to their advertising? What changes will these big companies have to make?
They must change the unhealthy food advertising to a healthy food advertising.
Good. So does that mean that Coca-Cola simply cannot advertise its products at schools?
They can advertise, but only healthy food.
Yeah, absolutely. Good. Good. Okay, would anyone like to add to that? Okay, yeah, and that's absolutely correct, right? So they're talking about how, where was this? The last sentence of the first paragraph. So they could advertise things like Diet Coke and water, right? But not sugary, fattening things. Okay, very good. All right, and why do some people criticize these rules that promote healthy food?
They say children don't like some healthy foods, something
Okay.
like that. And the government shouldn't decide what the children eat.
Yeah, exactly. Right. So it's kind of limiting children's freedoms.
Yeah.
Good. Very good. Okay, and what is Michelle Obama's involvement in all of this? How is Michelle Obama involved in this issue? Why do they mention her in the article?
With a program for healthy food for kids.
So, okay. So So elaborate. What do you mean?
She was the founder of Let's Move campaign to fight childhood obesity.
Good. Yeah. So probably that's what Daniel was referring to as well. This campaign to fight childhood obesity. Okay. Very good. And anything else? Okay, yeah, she's very involved in, keeping kids healthy. That's her big thing that she promotes in the U.S. Okay. One last question, and then we can start to discuss this. Why do you think obesity rates for toddlers are so high in the United States, and why have they dropped slightly, or what does the article say about potential reasons why they have dropped slightly?
As answering for the first question, I think in general, not only kids, the food in America is usually made
Processed.
in a factory,
Processed food.
and they usually have a lot of sugar in it. Not only fat. There have a lot of sugar in
Okay.
in his manufacturing, no?
Yeah, so the way they're processed, all these processed foods are
Yes.
just bad in general.
It's
Okay.
very expensive to buy natural food
Okay.
without manufacturing.
Good. Good.
And then they get fat people.
And that just creates fat people. Okay. Good. Other comments on this?
I think it's about food. What toddlers or child eat. That's why they are getting obese, I think. And the article says they don't know exact reason why the rate is dropping. They just guess something. Maybe they mention less sugary drinks and better nutrition and more daycare centers.
With physical education programs.
Yeah, physical education program could be reasons, some reasons.
Good. Absolutely. Okay, very good. Great. Are there any questions?
I don't know I couldn't answer the second question.
So
It's
why do you think they dropped slightly?
I don't know. It's a mystery.
It's a mystery. Okay. Yeah, so even the government doesn't really know, but as Ali said, they think it might be from these changes to the food in daycare centers and more physical activity, so more gym classes.
Maybe it's a kind of fat.
Yeah. Okay, you're talking about a fad. What do you mean?
Maybe the first the Michelle Obama. Everybody could see watching on TV this program, and then people try to do it.
Oh, okay.
But
okay.
it's I don't know.
To be an example.
Yeah, you're saying she set an example?
Like a style.
Like a style. Okay.
Yes, lifestyle.
Possible.
Yes.
Possible. Okay, and so I want to hear your opinions on this. So, what do you think about this article? This is a big problem in the United States. Is this a problem in your country? Is it something that the government worries about or talks about?
I think that's a big problem in United States, but not only. It's come to be the more big problem the same in Europe, in the mostly countries, and parents, I think that they think a lot about it and about health of their child.
Good. And Daniel, you agree it's a global problem, yeah.
Maybe I think the problem is we can have enough time to cook in house at home, and you don't have time to shopping in natural shops like fruits or meat, and you more and more we buy manufactured food, maybe. And
Yeah,
I think
absolutely.
this is a problem.
Also, we don't. Yes, and also I think it's because we don't have the time to hit in. We don't hit in the right time. Okay, because I think it's one or two. There are the phase, the steps where human being hit for don't be fat. I don't know, for and to hit healthy. And in the modern life, it's not. It became hard to hit in the right time.
Okay.
Yes. That is one of the other reasons that make hard to feed to take food to feed healthy.
Definitely.
Yes. So.
Good. Good.
I
don't know.
I have a cousin who was living in Miami, and she told me about the mall when they go shopping. It was very difficult to find natural food and more expensive, and everything was fresher and
What do you mean fresher?
fresher
Fresher.
Sorry,
Fresher.
fresher, and it was more easy to get home and to take something from the freezer.
Ah, okay, frozen.
Frozen.
Okay,
Yes.
frozen. Yes. Okay.
And put in the microwave. And you have your lunch or your dinner.
Right. Yeah. So again, it's an issue of time, right?
Yes.
Everything. It's quicker, and yeah, I think sometimes produce, so vegetables and fruits and healthier foods, like Daniel is saying, can be more expensive in the U.S.
Yes.
That's true. Yeah.
Yes.
I think
it's very. Sorry.
Sorry, go ahead.
No, it's not problem.
Okay, Ali, go ahead.
Come on, Ali.
I think
Don't be shy.
I am too shy, you know. I think it's a big problem. especially in US. I remember we watched a movie or video clip, something like that. You can check it, TED Talks. A man started a campaign in US, and he wants to every parent teach their children about cook, how to prepare cook. You know, because he gave some statistics, and the top of the statistics, people die from obesity. You know,
Wow. Yeah.
and he once he said we can do that. We can teach our teachers, our children, how to cook and how to eat healthier foods in school, in home, in everywhere. And there are some interesting things. I don't know it was seen or not. Maybe they exaggerate something. There was a school, I think 5, 6 years old children in the school, and they he was asking the children. He show, for example, potato or tomato or eggplant. Children don't know what is it, you know. It was
Yeah.
very, very interesting. I don't know if it's true or not.
No, I'm sure it is true. That's very interesting. Yeah. So.
Yeah, they are eating this kind of foods every day, like chips or like, I don't know, ketchup, but
Yeah, so
they
we
don't
call
know.
them processed foods.
Yes.
Yeah, but they don't know what is tomato or what is potato, what kind of food that are.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
You should watch that video, maybe.
Yeah, I'll watch it. That's very interesting.
Yes,
I would like to watch it.
I heard that in my country many times ago from from people who came from Genova in Liguria in the north side of, north side, not in Switzerland, in north side of Italy.
Okay.
Okay, like Christopher Columbus, I don't know, Genova.
Okay,
and,
Genova,
yes. And some people said me many times ago that kids who grow up there, they don't see ever in their life chicken. they saw chicken only in the store market.
Okay. And why is that?
Yes, and they thought that chicken grow up in the store market in that form. Yes.
Okay, so it's similar. So they're not used to fresh foods, you're saying?
Yes, they don't use to fresh food. They only see. Maybe it's a little bit more fresh, but they don't see the beginning of the food. They see always the processed, the food.
Of course,
processed.
of
Yes.
course, yeah. Good. It's a good point.
I think it's very common in the big cities. More bigger is the city, more more difficult is to find the farms or a place where healthy food are able to grow up.
Absolutely, yeah. And did any of you grow up in a city? Did you find this? I certainly found that growing up.
Sorry?
That's something that I noticed a lot. I mean, I grew up in a city and had always lived in a city, and I never saw, all the food that we had was from supermarkets.
Yes, I grew up in the small city, small country, and it's very near the farm. So I seen the healthy food, and so I know that. But I lived many times in a big cities, or quite big, like Florence or Milan, and in that city, I think it's very common the opposite.
Definitely. Yeah.
Yes.
Good. And so, so some of you have responded to this, but I think so. Daniel, you said this is a global problem. I think a few of you agreed. Would you say the same thing, Ali? In Turkey, is this a problem?
Obesity?
Yeah. And unhealthy eating, I guess.
Yes, I think it's a problem, and it's getting more and more. It's not only about food. Children usually stay at home and they play with their iPad, iPhone, or tablets. They don't move. For example, not only children, some teenagers. I know. For example, I have a nephew. He is 17 or 18 years old. He always in his room. He don't get out his room in his holiday. I went to visit them. He live in Istanbul maybe 2 weeks ago, and I just saw him for 1 minute. I was there whole weekend.
Yeah.
Yeah, they have a house. It's 2 flat. His room is on the upside.
It's upstairs.
Yeah, upstairs, and he just come downstairs only for eating, and he grab something, junk food, and come back his room quickly.
And is he overweight?
Yes.
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 Okay. So yeah, so it does seem like this is a problem in a lot of places.
Yeah.
A lot of places. Yeah. Good. And Daniel, you said that I like what you've written in the Verbling box, that you've taught your son how to cook, and he's only 5.
Yes, he really loves, because he usually don't eat very well when he was younger. But I want him to know the kitchen and the ingredients. I always take him for shopping in the fruit shop or fish shop. Little by little, he loves food.
That's great.
Loves lunch, yes.
Yeah. I think it's important to teach kids from a young age.
I think.
Yeah.
For my child was the only way for he began to eat properly.
Yeah.
To
good.
eat all
A variety of foods.
yes.
Yeah.
All kind of food. No, not only fries and pizza
Yes.
and hot dogs.
Yes. Okay. Good. All right. So unfortunately, we're just about out of time, but this was an interesting discussion. Thank you all for sharing your opinions and ideas. If you have any other questions, I'm always available. Just send me a message on Verbling, and I can help you out with whatever you need.
Okay.
So
Okay, thank you.
Watch the video. I will ask you.
I'll watch
next
the video. I'll watch the video. Okay.
Your opinion.
Okay. See you all soon.
See you
Okay.
soon.
Bye bye.
Thank you, Captain.
Bye.
Bye bye.
Bye.